When you come to BC, you'll need to decide what type of housing you want to live in. Welcome BC's Cost of Living Calculator can help you get a sense of rental and home purchasing costs for the area you will live in. There are many different types of housing available across British Columbia. You can rent an apartment or suite, which usually has one or more bedrooms and comes with a kitchen, bathroom, and living room. Apartments and suites can be in apartment buildings or houses. Rooms in shared houses or apartments can also be rented. In this situation, everyone shares the kitchen and bathroom. If you find a place that offers room and board, this means you'll get a room plus meals. Furniture is included. You can rent or buy any of the following. Duplex. A duplex is a house divided into separate apartments. Townhouse. A townhouse is a small house joined to other small houses. Condominium or condo. In a condominium building, each condo is owned by one person or family. You can also find rental or home purchasing information on the internet. Always be cautious when finding housing online, and never pay money unless you've seen the housing in person and verify that the seller or landlord is legitimate. If you search for a home in person after you arrive, look for vacancy or for rent signs on houses and apartment buildings or advertisements on notice boards in your community. You can also check the classified section in the newspaper under rentals. You can find lower-cost housing through housing cooperatives called co-ops. To learn more about co-ops, visit the Cooperative Housing Federation of BC website. It is against the law for landlords to refuse to rent to you based on your race, skin color, age, birthplace, religion, gender, sexual orientation, marital status, physical or mental disability, or income. However, a landlord can refuse to rent to pet owners, smokers, and to people with children if the building is adults only. If you feel you are being discriminated against, contact the BC Human Rights Coalition or the Tenant Resource and Advisory Center. When you find housing you like, make sure you ask these questions. How much is the rent? Are utilities such as electricity and gas included in the rent, or do I have to pay for them? How much is the security or damage deposit? A damage deposit is extra money you pay when you move in. The deposit is not more than half a month's rent, and given back when you move out, minus any damages that need to be paid for. A landlord may ask you for references. References are letters or phone numbers of people who can recommend you as a good tenant. It's a good idea to bring your references with you when you are looking at places to rent. Once you decide to rent a place, your landlord will have you sign a tenancy agreement. This agreement outlines the rules for renting your home. These rules include paying the rent on time, keeping the place clean, and not disturbing the other tenants. Make sure you have a signed tenancy agreement to confirm your rental arrangement. This is your contract with the owner. Before you sign the contract, check the rental space carefully, making a list of any damage you find, and have the landlord sign this list. This will help to ensure you get your damage deposit back after you move out. It is illegal for landlords to collect money before a tenancy agreement has been signed. Do not rent from a landlord who asks for an application deposit. For information on your rights as a tenant, visit the Residential Tenancy Branch website. Before you move in, you will need to do a few things. If you have to pay for utilities such as electricity or gas, you will need to have them connected. You can find suppliers such as BC Hydro or FortisBC online or in the phone book. You should consider buying insurance for your belongings in case they are lost in a fire or robbery. Insurance services can be found in the phone book's yellow pages under Agents and Brokers. You may need to arrange for phone and internet service. To do this, look in the yellow pages under Telephone Service Local and Internet Access Providers. If you want to make changes, such as paint your walls, get permission in writing from the landlord first. If you decide you want to buy a home, look in the newspaper or on the internet to find homes for sale. Most people use a real estate agent to help them find housing to buy, bargain for a better price, and explain the legal aspects. To find a real estate agent, look in the yellow pages under Real Estate. Most people borrow money from a bank to buy a home. This is called a mortgage. Mortgage rates are different from bank to bank, so check around for the best rates. If you decide to rent out your home, you need to know your rights and responsibilities. Find out more on the Residential Tenancy Branch website. Learn more about renting or buying in BC on the Welcome BC website. Enjoy your new home.